Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is capital punishment in Tennessee, and we're fortunate to have with us Pastor KWalker, Ndume al1, and Mr. Ben Mathis, individuals with very good information in reference to capital punishment in the state of Tennessee. And since Pastor Walker has been responsible for making sure that these individuals are with us this morning, we want to give him an opportunity to not only introduce himself, but to introduce the two individuals with which we can then deal with this idea of capital punishment in Tennessee. Pastor Walker, you want to start us off there?
Yeah, Dr. Haney, thanks a lot for having us on your show this morning. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence and to be able to speak to issues that concern, I think, everybody, and especially this issue that's dealing with capital punishment. And I'm excited to have along on the show this morning as well, Brother Ndume al1. I got that right? Did I get it right? Too shiny. I'm close.
Yeah, you're doing what is typical here.
Yeah. I'm close. I just whacked his name up pretty good. But anyway, anyway, it's a pleasure to have you here, and also Ben Mathis. I met Ben some years ago out there at River Bend Prison, and Dr. Haney. These guys got a story to tell, and I'm just anxious to get into it. Their stories, and Brother Ndume especially, I want to hear what he brings to the table today, and that's why we're here today to talk about capital punishment in the state of Tennessee, and not only just in the state of Tennessee, but all over the United States of America, and just how wrong capital punishment is, and just how that when we put somebody on death row, give them a death sentence, so many innocent people have been executed, so many talented people, so many people that have something to give back to society. And amazingly enough, that so many people that support capital punishment are against abortion. Now, you go figure that, I don't want to kill you before you get here, but once you get here, I'll knock you out the box, so what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? So it's just I'm just glad and excited to be here in the midst of these brothers here, and I just yield to them at this time.
Ben, let's start with you. What's your situation when we talk about capital punishment in the state of Tennessee? How did you become involved in all of this?
Well, I caught a murder case from in 1987, and they didn't seek the death penalty, but they could have, because by first-degree murder carries a sentence of life and death. And the only thing about me, I was fortunate enough not to get the death penalty. I thank God for that. And but other than that, I did a life sentence. I did 22 years on the life sentence. And that wasn't too much fun, but but I thank God that I was able to carry myself through those 22 years and come out with some sense. Because a lot of people come out, they can't deal with this. But God blessed me enough when I did get out. I had enough, willpower to continue on in society.
And I think it's one thing to say that you were there for 20 years, and then, but the thing about it, it was a day-by-day situation in which you did not recognize when you went in your first year that eventually you would get out. It was always the idea that that you were there because you had been sentenced there, and that you would have to be there for the rest of your life. Did that have any impact upon you at all? Well, I know it did, but that's what we're searching for now.
But Dr. Haney, I knew that one day if I lived, I was going to get out. Because, the life sentence, at that time, life sentence was 30 years. And you'd be eligible for parole 19 years and 6 months at that time. But now, I advise anybody to get in any kind of trouble, especially murder cases and stuff like that. This is why I try to teach and talk to these children today, because if you get a life sentence, it's 85%. If you go in at 18 years old, you're going to be 70 years old before you're eligible for parole.
Yeah, that's for shooting somebody for stepping on your shoes.
That's right.
Or anything like that.
That's right.
And so much of this violence in reference to this happens because of some insignificant kind of situation, and so you would advise them over the next 30 seconds, and we'll pick up with you, Mr. al1.
Well, I advise them to stay away from trouble. Make good choices. You know, because if you don't make good choices, man, because this world out here is mean. And the people don't care nothing about you. When you get in trouble, they don't care. They lock you up and throw the key away. And then you got to fight the rest of your life to try to get out. And 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get out. So you got a few good cases where people do get out, like in Dume.
Okay, and
It's a
of course,
good case.
And of course, we're going to talk about his case after we come back following this first commercial break, and we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. The show for today, we're talking to Pastor